Jalen Carter. Dan Campbell spoke on Jalen Carter. Jeff, I want you to start here because you know how I feel about the whole situation. I'm not going to be in the room, and neither are you, to give a definitive answer on what they think of his character, okay? I'm not.
Right.
I only have the pro day and this film to go off of. What do you think?
So I'll read the quote. This is per Jeremy Reisman, too. He tweeted out, Dan Campbell on Jalen Carter. He said, quote, "We talked to a teammate of his the other day in man." Of course, you got to throw in the man in there. "He told us some things we didn't know that nobody probably would have known. It was like, oh, that's interesting." And then Jeremy asked if it was good or bad. He just said, "It's interesting." So when I read this quote, I could have took it either way. Now, you read the story. If you didn't, I'll enlighten you a little bit. When Carter was at Georgia, the story came out where he bought his teammate lunch. He couldn't afford lunch, whatever it is, throughout the season. So I don't know if it's a good thing in terms of, Jalen Carter helping a teammate or it's something else. And just to kind of talk about Jalen Carter a little bit, they're going to meet with Jalen, and we kind of had this discussion already. That's probably the biggest deciding factor whether you're going to draft him or not, is getting to sit down with Jalen Carter. And again, Dan Campbell talked about it, accountability, love for the game, football character. You're going to find all those things out when you sit down with him. So this is significant to go meet with Jalen Carter. I mean, this is a guy who's mocked number 1 overall for quite some time. And if he's there at 6, you got to do your due diligence. I know there's skepticism, especially Adam mentioning, he failed his job interview, showing up to his pro day out of shape, cramping up. It's not a good look, but defensive tackle is a need for the Lions. And if you have a chance to get the best player in the draft, widely regarded by a lot of scouts, personally I think it's Will Anderson, but still 1 or 2, whatever it is, you at least have to do your due diligence. So I like that Dan said this. He didn't give anything away. He didn't want to gas up Jalen Carter because he doesn't want him to, if he wants them to be there available at 6, but also doesn't want to put anything negative out there.